Alright. Get the window open. Watopia is loading. Join on the downhill. Woohoo! So, riding along. Riding along, and then what am I doing? Alright. Give them a few hours here. Speed up on this percent a bit. There we are. We are. There went the bird. Bravo, so. We're gonna warm up for 15 minutes. Canucks on power play in the hockey. So, I remember to drink water today. Canucks score! Woohoo! Pearson. Nice. Power play. Drop the ball. So tonight, doing our little warm up here. We'll get in. How many people will get in? Don't know. We'll cut across in 15 minutes. So we'll get like 12k or so in. Bruce Downey. Oh, good saves. You can go flats here. Not sure what the course is for tonight's event. Let's have a look and see. Tempest Midget. So basically just warming up and then gonna do, see how much I do, but up to 100k. Endurance road. I'm watching the hockey at the same time. Oh. Count on the fence. Alright, beautiful fresh air now coming at me. I'm gonna get aero bars for the trainer bike. Make life a bit more easy. Get another position would be nice. Alright, Canucks. Canucks 1-0 up at first period. I wonder if I could just oh no. There we are. Let's stand up. Where do I go? I disappeared. Back here. There we are. My camera's better. I'm going to turn off the lock cam for the moment. Nothing exciting happening there. Why do we have so many Australian adverts in Canada? Selling Australian designed furniture. I come from Australia. Furniture designed in Australia is not any more exciting than furniture designed anywhere else. can give you that straight away. It's not like the koalas are involved in the process or something like that. But that's just my take. I mean, if the koalas did get involved in designing furniture, it'd be a long process. They sleep like 23 hours a day. But they would be very picky about their trees and the wood they use. So there would be that side. Good old. I know, we could do just a stream on koala facts. What are some koala facts? They're like super picky about their food. And which type of eucalyptus and how ripe and everything like that it needs to be. And on Kangaroo Island, they've got introduced koalas, so they're kind of taking over the island. So they actually pay people to climb up the trees and catch them so they can sterilize them, so the population doesn't grow absolutely crazily. I'm doing good. Watching the Canucks, riding bike. You saw me in the pen on Tuesday. Long story, I was trying to multitask because we had somebody drop out. So I was trying to roll around at 1 watt a kilo, but my system rebooted. So I didn't get the extra point, but in the end, didn't matter. But I was hoping to be able to attack the first sprint and then go to my meeting. But Canucks up. I am gonna race. I am. I'm pretty sure. Gotta do the squad check, but based on who we've got available, I think I'll be. Although that's a climbing course, so we'll see how I do. How was DSing on Tuesday? You watching the hockey as well? And condition here. We'll jump across to this event in like 5 minutes. Not many races on at night, which is most should be good for me. But a nice solid endurance race would be good. This will be a good warm up. I think I'll jump across at like 3 minutes to go. For dinner. Waffles with Nutella. Better remember to join the event this time. this weekend, right tonight, long run tomorrow, and swim, and then Sunday. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing Sunday? I should look and see. Go for a run. No, go for a run, go for a swim. It'll just be like a little bit of everything day. Nothing epic. They're like a 2-hour bike workout, which is essentially an endurance ride, but I might move that from what I'm doing tonight. I felt like doing a group ride today, just hang in the pack versus trying to force wattages. Erg mode, I can only do so much mentally. Alright, well, we're gonna say no thanks, and we're not gonna forget. I'm not gonna forget. I'm gonna go at 3 minutes. Complete this. Not gonna forget, not gonna forget. I suppose one can just ride it to bot for 100k, but I like to support the group rides. Long live the group ride. Hey, thanks for asking. FTP is mostly around 315 watts at the moment, and my weight's 85 kilos, so I had kind of a very lazy November, December, so my FTP would have dropped down from about, I think I was at like 330, 335. So, but yeah, this effort I'm finding pretty good at the moment. So aerobics there, but as soon as I get anywhere close to FTP, that's where I'm lacking. So, and then my threshold heart rate is normally around 165, 170. Yeah, I haven't done the math for a while, so yeah, kind of worked it out to 3.5, and then, but if I lose a few pounds, depending on where I'm at in the season, and then get the number up, then it mostly gets a little bit closer to before, but we'll see. Yeah, so this is wattage wise, essentially, yeah, low zone 2, but yeah, it's just I've just had January's been good, just riding consistently, and then fitness should come back there once I just get used to kind of pushing the edge. So I've been happy with this week. Starting to feel like I'm actually riding along okay. Nice. How's your day doing? Yeah. But yeah, my main events this year is going to be a lot of low zone 2 work. So doing a non-branded Ultraman called U5 20k in Penticton. So the second day of that has a 270k bike, and then doing Ironman Canada 4 weeks after that. So I have to get used to being nice and efficient at like 220 watts, 230 once I'm fit enough. All right, let's get to 15k, and then I'm gonna jump across to the 100k ride. Yeah, I had a buddy who did it, and I crewed for him, and my wife's family's from Penticton, so big part I'm mostly worried about not worried about, but I got to train for is the swimming. Day one you do 10k swim, so about 3.5 hours in the water will be for me, and then you ride 140k. Day 2 is the mega ride, and then day 3 is a double marathon. Crazy event, but kind of a fun challenge, not a huge field, more about like the personal challenge. But yeah, there's a bit of racing going on, but realistically it's about how you can get through the days. Yeah, I better join. Got 15k. There we are. I have missed many an event before. This is a ride, so it's got late join, but still. Let's see, did this group 2 weeks ago, and it was fun. Good group, nice and organised. So, be a fun way to make the day go. Yes! Yeah, I've been swimming a bit. Just going to be dragging myself out to the long runs, long swims. Kind of all my swims have been up to an hour at the moment, but 6 months to go, so I'm just going to have to get used to doing a couple hours swim at least once a week. Hopefully be able to do most of that in an outdoor pool. A bit more entertaining than inside. Got how long TV timeouts are in hockey. Sorry, the TV break, 18 minutes. Whereas Olympic hockey's 15. There we are. Now we're in. We get in the draft here so I don't have to work. If I remember rightly from last time, this packer tends to kind of sit in front of the beacon by about 10 meters, the perfect spot. Yeah, so they have longer, so Olympic hockey, when it's on TV, or way back in 2010 when it went, so it's a 15-minute break between periods, and then I'm pretty sure they don't have the TV timeouts, so, well, they might only have one, whereas each period in NHL and that they all have two basically stoppages that are extended, so then they can go to commercial. And then at the game, they have a little light that flashes for the referee when they can drop the puck. And off memory, it's at first one's like the first one after 7.5 or 8 minutes, and then the second one is after 15 minutes in the period. First stoppage. Yeah, that you got it better than me. 8 and 14. Yep. You don't know these streets like. Alright. Yeah, the 14 sounds familiar. I'm pretty certain on the 8, so I think we're both right there. Try and keep the cadence up here tonight. I don't have my graph. That's my grid not on. Okay. There we are. Here's the graph grid. So we can see the zones. The blue down the bottoms. I think technically zone 2. So I'll most probably sit between ZWIFT question. Do you know if they base the speed on the flats on raw power or what's per kilo? It's a bit of both, but it's definitely not. I find it's not as much, like your raw watts don't get you as much of a speed differential on the flats as they would in real life. But it's definitely, so it's, but yeah, so the hills is, and then depending on the gradient. So yeah, but no, so it's definitely, it's based on raw watts, but the watts per kilo is also plays. So, and the problem with that is, like in races, the draft is so strong, and the draft differential, like we'll see here, so we're sitting at 200, maybe a bit higher in the pack. And then if we get to the front, we'll see how this part's consistent. It's hard to move up. And when you get to the front, am I going to jump off the front? I find it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's nearly too easy in the draft sometimes, but this group's actually most probably realistic because it's so big. Scotty Walker hit by the puck, 5 stitches. Now heart rate's creeping up now. Now what I find with ZWIFT, say you're in a pack, it can also, like, or even 5 or 6. In the pack of that small pack just holds too much power. Here's the little climb here. But yeah, I often find in these group pros is like my watts per kilo. I mean, if the average weight in a group pro is maybe 75 kilo, at 85 on the flat, you can cruise along at a couple points lower than everybody else. Alright, 95k to go. Oh, Peterson's 1 assist away from 100. Assist. Sorry, gotta be careful here. Remember to drink water today. Yeah, see, like a pack like this on a real life, you're never getting away on in the flats. But being in races where it's like you're in a group of 3 or 4 and if you attack, I feel like the pack's just got too much momentum, but that's part of knowing how the platform works. One thing I try and focus on these rides is just surfing the pack a bit. Just trying to, main things to get the workout in, but just learn the dynamics. My understanding is there's some difference between being in the middle and on the edge too, which you can't control steering, but you can, I think, by just positioning. But if I share, I'll share my dashboard and map. Let's have it. Okay. See my watts per kilo here. What color? Yeah, somebody went through and explained it, but I wasn't riding that much at that time, so I never practiced it. Yeah, so just trying to build up that skill a bit. Just for racing, it's super handy. Okay, so there we are. So we'll see the... Ooh. I should work out how to do that. Just had an idea. So this has got the watts per kilo. Then the other thing is, the way ZWIFT works is everything's rendered on your computer, so not everyone's seeing you in the same position as you see yourself. Whereas other games, including RGT I believe, but like I know I do a little bit of iRacing, car racing, where everything gets worked out on the server side and they send it back. So therefore, you're always the same relative position to other people. That I could see as being one big problem with things like steering and that in racing. Because spin up here. But yeah, like here, it's like this behind here definitely working harder. That front of that blob. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, it's that's really solid. So what I find for myself is I have had my FTP, you're kind of like, depending on what you're doing, I mean in the end it's like the more you ride, if you ride a lot and you're doing a bit of variety of intensity in that, that'll get you faster, but then it starts to hit a point. For me, my point's like that kind of 330 point where it's like, that's where it's like the training starts to help more, just because then, how to describe it, just gets harder and harder to get gains. So like part of the training we'll do is often help, especially if you're already riding a lot for a fair bit, is like pushing that ceiling up. So that way then you've got more ability to ride. So like for me, like that's when I know I'm fit, when I can roll along at this type of effort and then my heart rate stays low. So I find the same with like running in that as well though. It's like in the end, if you're consistent on the bike or running day in, day out, you'll improve. But yeah, you will at a certain point you hit a ceiling. But isn't the highest I've been at, and unfortunately I didn't do a test or such for it, but my FTP's mostly been at like the 350 range before. But doing what I'm doing this year, it'd be nice to have a bigger range, but it's just going to be about this effort, pretty much between 200 and 240 watts, and just being in a zone. It'll be on a time trial bike. Time trial bikes, see, I actually lose, depends on your position, but you're trying to balance what scenario, so you lose a bit of wattage there in output. But yeah, once you start to plateau, then it's like, depends what your goals are. If you're just having fun riding, then it's totally fine. That's been me for the last couple of years. Haven't really been chasing numbers. Now I'll start to a little bit again. But yeah, it's just, but once you can work out, okay, like where's your weakness at? So it might be you're doing a lot of ZWIFT racing. ZWIFT racing really rewards 1 and 5 minute power. So whereas these group rides, the bots, they're really good at building a base that you can work off, and then the workouts that we're doing a lot of this year is going to be just above FTP at the time, and then just below, so like up. So let's use 300 watts because it's easy math. Like time at 330, then time at 270, recovery, and then again. I'm just kind of getting used to working above that number, and then recovering, but not cruising. And for me, I know that gets me fit as well, so. And because I like doing, I'm doing a bit of ZWIFT racing, I like doing that stuff. Still do some like harder intervals than that. But I used to do a lot of bike commuting when I was going to the office, and that was kind of cool because I used to basically just have a mix of, often do a lot of like 5-minute intervals on the way home. Had kind of like the way my route was home from work was like 15 minutes warm up, then like 5 to 6 minutes, or normally then, yeah, what was it? It was a 15k ride, but the first 15 minutes or so was warm up, and I had like a 2-minute interval over a bridge, 1 minute or so recovery, and then 5 or 6 minutes hard, then a couple 1 minute sprints. That was fun. Good way to get home from work. So I gotta be careful dropping off the back. Alright, so let's work out the map here at 20 minutes. How long is this going to take? I'm going to move up the pack here a bit. Ontario. Nice. Yeah, West is good. Rains a lot at this time of year, but compared to the snow Ontario had, can't complain about that. And some decent. The city's interesting because it's like I live in Steveston, so I got a lot of farm roads I can ride straight out the door, and then the North Shore Mountains are right there. Well, not right there for me. That's a big day ride, but I can do it. But the awesome ridings in Vancouver Island. It's got some great riding, and then in the interior, Penticton, Osoyoos, Kelowna, got some great roads and very in front of the beacon. $2:23. Wow, they're flying then today. Awesome, thank you. I feel like there's two groups of this ride, right? And I'm trying to remember which group I used. I went in last time. Might have gone in the slightly easier group, so we'll see how the fitness is on the back half. The other thing with riding on ZWIFT is you're just always pedaling, which is very different in real life, especially in a group. I think that makes it harder to break away as well. Like in a group like this, at least in like crit racing, a lot of the times you'd be just like, you're either pedaling or you're not. Whereas here it's like very consistent, so it's good for training. But if you're racing, it makes it hard. There's a group tomorrow morning going for a sub 2 hour 100k on ZWIFT. That'll be interesting. I will not be trying to do that. Other thing is I gotta, they're doing Tempest Future, and then I'm not sure if it's an open ride so everyone can see, but they're gonna have people coming in and out. Get a big pack and just really push the pace. the other thing. Riding outside, I never have to remember to drink water. I always do. Riding inside, where you think it'd be natural, I don't. We're about half the bottle now. The iPad mirror now. Standing onto the position. There we are. That's the other thing, is like, I can just, when I go out and ride on the road after a while, it's like, remember you have to move around position wise a bit more. Thanks for the follow as well. Part of me streaming is hold myself accountable when I start a workout, and it's just fun to muck around with some technology. Early days, got to do some bit better setup on stuff, but yeah, it's pretty solid. I got like the audio stuff for the mics. I also do a fair bit of talking on the video for work. And then I've been riding inside for, now this would be like year 12. So, and then ZWIFT since pretty early on. So this year, end of last year, I kind of made sure I had everything set up how I wanted. Got like a loft cam here, which you can't see too much, but got a few different setups. I lead a group ride on Thursday nights, and I got a table here that's on a vest mount that I can lean across in front. So I got the keyboard so I can sit up and type. So, the loft cam's not that exciting today. The loft cam. Hey Dara. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the raid. Yeah, and then I that camera in the back is actually I bought at Future Shop. So it's old, but still reasonable quality. And my trainer, these are all the things I should have on a screen able to. Thank you very much, much appreciated. No, late at night in well, not super late, but 8:30 in Vancouver, British Columbia. So I'm watching the hockey, riding along, getting in hopefully 100k, and a bit more. How was your ride? Yeah, yeah, Australian accent, but been in Vancouver now for 16 years. So, married a Canadian. So, this is home now. All right, enjoy. Thanks for the chat. It kept me entertained. Enjoy the war zone, and I'll hopefully chat to you soon. Was that Tour de ZWIFT on the was that on the dirt route, or I don't remember. Saw people complaining that it was on dirt. Ah, nice. Yeah. I try not to ride late, but I always end up doing it. This one's somewhat, I don't know, just with kids and that. Then the other thing is a bit of a dearth of there's not that many rides between, I find, between like 6 and 8 o'clock. There's a few races and that, but so during the week I sometimes jump into the Valhalla rides. They're at 9 PM. But this group's great. Second time doing it, and it's organized, solid pace. Yeah. I lead a ride on Thursday nights, the cycling tips ride at 6:30. We do like 50 minutes. Yeah, I just wish it was more, I don't know, 7:30 or 8. I mean, it'd be nice if there was a couple more group rides. So I don't mind riding with the box, but I do like the idea of, okay, we're all here, we're all trying to ride for, this will be like 2.5 hours. So, and then in the second half year, the chat will pick up a bit, keep you entertained. So, I did 15Ks with the bots while I was waiting for this. I'm doing this. Might make this a regular ride for me. Family is watching Princess Bride Diaries or the like, so I am not being missed as I sit in here with the hockey on the second screen and riding along. Yeah. I've been on a few times that, like, I had a buddy doing, he's based in Nashville, but he was doing 24 hours on ZWIFT, which is slightly crazy. And by slightly crazy, I mean very crazy. But I rode with him at like 1 AM or 2 AM in the morning. And I was like, why is this so busy on ZWIFT? I'm just used to, the numbers don't tend to be as high at night. So, for those watching, my race goals this year is doing a race called U520K Canada, which is for want of a better term, a non-branded Ultraman in Penticton, British Columbia at the end of July. So it's a 3-day triathlon. So you swim and bike on day 1, bike on day 2, and run on day 3. And then I'll be doing Ironman Canada 4 weeks after that. The plan was not to be doing those 2 races within 4 weeks of each other, but seasons have started to meld together with postponements. So if I get the opportunity to race, we will race. So, and then at the end of September, doing a fun race, I suppose, with like one of my good buddies, who's like not into all this endurance stuff as much, but we're going to do a adventure race on Vancouver Island, which has a kayak. Then what do? You kayak, you trail run with orienteering, then you do an actual, well, you have checkpoints, and then you do an actual orienteering course with like compass and all that, mountain bike. So that'll be a fun way to finish the year if it all holds. I want to say ultra endurance. I am this year. My favorite racing's mostly like half Ironman and duathlon stuff. I really like doing running races and stuff like that as well. But Ironman's in Penticton, which is, we have a lot of family there, and so I've done it a few times up there, and it's its first year back after having been in Whistler for a few years with triathlon politics. So I wanted to support that and do that. And then the ultra race was, I don't know, you always say these things will be a one and done, but do something different. Well, I've got the fitness, crewed for a buddy doing it, and then once again it's like very easy place to race for me. 4 hours drive away, lots of family. So, and just to do something like, I mean, I think the hardest races I did this last year, and I find them the most painful, was like I did a mile running race. So everything can be hard in different ways. Well, I just wanted something to maybe just a different type of challenge versus just focusing on trying to go as fast as possible on like an Ironman, or the like. Have something that's slightly scary and wonder if you can actually do it. So we'll see. But most of my bike training during the week will be inside, just time efficient. And then I'm just trying to work with, and then I do a lot of what I call point-to-point stuff. So last year when the kids were playing softball, I'd either run to the diamond or run home, and then when they were playing, they did have a few travel team games on the other side of the city, so I'd ride across, meet them there after work. So the main thing is to have fun with all these sports and in anything. So this was fun tonight. Good group. Yeah. Control the pace inside. I'm on my bike within, it's too close to my desk at the moment, work-life balance wise, but right behind me. And I wouldn't be riding outside at 8 o'clock at night in January for this long, that's for sure. Might get out and do a few little, I had a cross bike, and we got some, we're in the part of Vancouver, Richmond, where we got the dikes, so you can ride on the gravel with the lights on. Just got to watch out for the coyotes, but I am looking to riding outside again on, most of we start to do it on Saturday mornings a little bit while the family sleeps. I've been riding I've always done like intervals and all that inside, and longer rides as well. So, but ZWIFT and being able to stream and talk to people in the chat and do group rides is like just made it so much more fun. Don't feel like you have to hammer yourself every time you get on the bike, because that's the risk with ZWIFT and stuff. I think it's like you can race yourself into the ground if you're not careful. I know today was good. Today I was like, work was getting in the way of life. My wife had the day off as well, so went and grabbed lunch. So, but it would have been so I had to start looking at the weather forecast for Fridays ahead of time and start booking some off. Yeah, we had a nice walk around where I live in Steveston, so that was good. With the accent, I struggle dramatically in November and December with the lack of sun, so try to get in the habit of, if it's sunny, you got to make sure you go for a walk or a run or do something. Alright, remember to drink water. Group's flying pretty quick, so I think we're on like 40, what are we on, 43k an hour pace, so 2 hours 20 or so, if we can hold it together. Yeah, I always struggled with it, like, so Vancouver and Seattle are same, but this last November, like, it's the worst I've had it, and I think it's just like I can say I've been fortunate, like with the whole pandemic and all that, but still, like, everyone's, I think it's important to realize that it sucks for everyone, just maybe not as much as others, and I just kind of hit a wall in November, December, and didn't feel like doing much, so watched a lot of British Bake Off. Wasn't that motivated to hop on the bike. And I don't know why it was, but it just kind of hit me there, so kind of promising myself I gotta go for a sunny vacation next November if we can. Yeah, I haven't actually looked back at my training, but yeah, I like went from being quite fit, and then I coach my kids, or help coach my kids, cross country and track and field. So that season finished at the end of October. I twinged my hamstring doing strides with my 8-year-old of all things. So I was like, didn't run for a couple of weeks. And yeah, and then before you know it, it snowballs. But I'm glad you're back at it as well. Yeah, I turned the corner on Boxing Day. So, well, the 26th. So my actual thing to myself is like, now I gotta make sure I've got, while I'm in a good mode of mental health, is like, I gotta do some work on what are the techniques for me to kind of identify it, talk about it, and like, so to activate, just so yeah, because I kind of had How I describe it is I had 6 very melancholy weeks where I was just not motivated to do much in anything. Like work. My only good news was I did rewire my office mudroom during that time. So I was very much into just obsessive little projects. You're originally from Seattle, or did you move there? I always find like I know a fair few people from Ontario in Canada here, and they move out west and they're just not used to the lack of sun over. Like, something I'd never even thought about. And then I actually find like a lot of my friends who have lived here, they're like, what are you talking about? But for me, okay. Hope to go back to Seattle soon one day. Missed the window when the border was open. Often go down for Mariners opening day. And then going down there for like did a week vacation down there once in around Queen Elizabeth. Or what's it called? I think it's Queen Elizabeth. Might have just right there, and that was awesome. And then rode a few years ago. I rode down to Olympia from Vancouver, around through Whitby, down through Shelton. And that was pretty cool. Yeah, so looking forward to that. And I've actually sailed to Vancouver once, to Seattle once from Point Roberts. Right, on a very, very cold day. Into the wind. They're just motoring down the coast. Thank you. Have a great night. And hope for some blue skies so we can all go right outside. Alright, I gotta move up the pack here. Good. Oh. Alright, so we're keeping rolling here. It's not a racing ride, so it's the training ride here. It's been great to chat to a few people as we go. Watch a snooker YouTube channel, and he has a pin board about where everyone who's left comments or sent notes in all that from. So scoop here to get it to a cut. There we are. Back into the blob. And maybe I should do that with the chat. Just a virtual one. We've had Ontario and Seattle thus far in my chat. Cat's very opinionated. I missed the rest of his messages. So, aim today is roll through the 100k with this group. I did 15k in warm up, so it'll be a solid ride. Stretch goal might be to get to 120k total. We'll see. But we're a third of the way there. I don't get it. Why am I only getting... I'm not getting power-ups today. I don't understand why. Oh. That's okay. Time to eat some food. So, I don't know if it'll show up on camera. Will it show up on camera? Hey, it will. So we have... I live in Steveston, British Columbia. And we got some great little stores. One of them's I think he's French, but he's got a waffle store that makes all different types of waffles. So instead of knocking back gels all the time, I buy chunks of them, put them in the freezer, and then for these long rides, they're my treat food. So tonight, there's two wonderful, locally baked, I think you bake waffles, I don't know, baked waffles with Nutella. What the heck is that? Gotta find out what this hurt means. Front ease, rear push. Cool. Learn something new. How am I gonna get? I'll get some ride on, so we are. And there we are, we learned something new. Learned something new. Front ease, rear push. There's your ZWIFT. ZWIFT chat acronyms. Hope everyone's having a good night or day. It is nearly 9 o'clock here at night, Friday night, in Vancouver, Canada, Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, on the west coast. I'm chatting along here, watching the Canucks play the Florida Panthers in the ice hockey NHL. Getting the work in. Always trying to work out different things for my setup, so I gotta get a really, they don't have to be fancy, but little shorty aero bars, because it'd be nice to be able to just change position for a bit on this bike, especially if I can stack them a little. Keep an eye out on the Facebook Marketplace. Careful here. There we are. Oh. This ride will be about 2 hours 20. And then I think I did about 20 minutes warm up. Next 5 minutes here I'm going to focus on pedaling really smooth. No real way to measure that, but just by feel. Keep my core nice and relaxed and tight. And we'll be at the hour mark. I'll do some math. Actually, it can be math at 40k of where we're at. We're at 33 followers on the channel now. Same number as Henrik Z for any Canucks fans. Bit of a split in this group. Alright, missed the 40k mark. So we're on a group ride, it's like people leading these things are volunteers. So it's kind of like, I don't know, kind of like courtesy. Not everyone knows maybe, so if you're doing a 100k ride you'd figure you'd work out the platform. But it's just kind of respectful to hang around the idea of the ride. This ride is not a race. If you want to go hammer, drop the group, and the bots are awesome for that. You can see some folks here are dropping back, which is like they know what's going on. Come on, the fences, come on. And walking towards on the tiller. chat in a second. Getting some food in me. Welcome if you just joined. Canucks are 1-0 up. Start a third period. It's the Panthers. So welcome. If you just joined. Haven't been doing much racing on my channel of late, but I will be on Tuesday night. But doing a 100k ride here. Getting miles in. And on the Endurance Nation ride, let's just go. I want to change a setting here. Been averaging 216 watts there. The first hour, 42.5k. So we'll be at 85k after 2 hours. And 42. There'll be 2 hours 21 at the moment for 100k, which is virtual, but big group. Might be a bit longer though, because this group is not behaving at the front. Oh, remember to drink water. Right. One thing I want to do is start like a water, how many water bottles on the stream. I can just click away. That's one. Now I gotta spin up here. That's why it's been most of a waffle Nutella sandwich. Panthers scored against the Canucks. 1-1. Into the pack. Yeah, so first bottle was water. Now we got sports drink. Got Noon Endurance. This second bottle. So aim to get through that in the next hour. And then have one more bottle ready to go. Maybe try and get through it in the next 45 minutes. Need to put a big drink water up. Also want to do put a Believe up, Ted Lasso style. Got a bit of space here behind. Won't be able to see it on this, but we can see the setup of the room a little bit here with our loft camera. Trying to decide if I'm going to regret having ridden in a t-shirt. Starting to lose focus here a bit. Really got to focus on staying in this group. Not wasting watts. This ride's going to be so it's a zone 2 ride for me, this effort, but still not used to the longer ride yet, so need to minimize how many little surges I do. Always break these down in my head, so next milestone's 50k. Did 15k warm up too, time wise, so I'm actually past halfway for the day. That's a good memory, or achievement. Hope everyone's having a good night, day. We go around, see the dinosaurs and gas stations. Oh. Really wish the two groups would join up again. This has got harder to work in this pack. Whoa. So going along here, we'll talk a bit about my setup. Have a setup to, how do we do this? Front to back. So my bike trainer is an original Tax Neo. Which I've been happy with. Touch wood. It's done a good job. And then what else? Bike I'm riding on is a Zavella S1, which has had many kilometers on its life outside, and is now, I know, we'll see. At least for this year, it'll just be an inside bike. Again, so I won't be racing any crits, but that's the only reason I'd bring it out, I think, is for crit racing. But it's definitely had over 100,000 Ks on this frame now. 12 years old. It'll be, yeah, 12 years. So this is year 13 of use. So then I got the companion apps. Front of the bars here, can't see, but I run that on an old iPad mini. And then I can actually talk a bit about the computer in a second, but I can share it up here on the screen, click of a button. But still got a lot of work to do with the stream setup and scenes, but that's there. Then my setup, maybe you can see a little bit, but got the main monitor is a Samsung 32-inch monitor. Sits about, just can't reach it once I get out of the saddle. you have to do that to get back on. And then I got a couple old monitors. So the one to my left, as I look, is portrait mode, and it's just got OBS, which I use to stream, and then it's got the Twitch details as well as the chat for both Twitch and YouTube up. So I gotta start working here. Gonna get dropped if I'm not careful. And then I got another monitor to the right, which today I'm running. Today I'm watching the Canucks on through the browser. And then the way I have my sound for the stream is that any of the music, ZWIFT game sounds, which I don't know if I've got turned on at the moment. I might turn them on a little bit. But yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, so all of that runs through the main speakers, but then I have Chrome, my browser, and then if I'm using Discord for racing, I have run through a secondary output, and I got the headphones in here. So what that means is that I can be on Discord and not have to broadcast the rest of the teams, especially for points racing. It's not that insightful. And then halfway, 111, 222 is the target. Mostly be a bit slower. So yeah, and then at the moment I'm actually listening to the Canucks just quietly in the background. And then my computer thing is, I have a 3060 game card. And then I've always been an Intel person, but I got an AMD Ryzen 5 5600G in here and 32 gig of RAM. So pretty overpowered for ZWIFT, but I use it for some other things too. Been mucking around with a bit of iRacing as my, I don't know, I wouldn't say midlife crisis, but I don't know, something I've always wanted to do a bit more of. So use it for that, use it for work, things like that. So that's PC. I have 3 fans set up. One is it's a Shop Air 500. If I had my, next time I do this little talk, I'll actually have a little camera I can show around. But yeah, I got a Shop Air 500, which is just essentially, it's like when you have a flood or whatever, you need to dry out. It's good, and so it's got a fair bit of power. And then I just got a couple of the little Honeywells, which hard to describe, but like kind of mounted in front, just pushing up air into my face. And then they're all controlled by a smart plug. So they can ask Jeffrey Bezos to turn on the fan, and then he gets a notification on it and comes and hits the button. What else about setup? And then I've got some old cost speakers. That's where the music and all that comes from. And then for a mic, I just got a no-name USB mic. Just sits to my left here. And then with the NVIDIA video card does noise cancellation really well. So audio quality's like, it's a $45 mic, so you're only going to get so much, but that's kind of the setup. And then got to my side, I have got an absolute hack of a setup, but it's been quite a few iterations. So I have like a side table, I have like a parts bin, and then on top of that, really wish I could share the camera of this next time. But then I've got a, ooh, come on Canucks. Canucks are nearly scoring there. But yeah, I like a VESA mount, like wall mount, where the top of an old crappy IKEA laptop table attached. So on that I've got like my mouse, my keyboard, and then I got like a whole lot of stuff hacked on that. And then I actually also have a setup where, once we get on here, got to concentrate. This piece of wood, which you'll be able to see on the zoom cam, is you might actually see more of this setup if I just do a bit of a, oh there we are. All right, so I'll just show you the setup for a bit. But yeah, so there's a window right here, so I got that open. And then this piece of is on a VESA mount, and so if I move this table around here, which is on wheels, I can actually mount this across and type. And so what I use that for is I lead a group ride, and so you're on the instructions a lot. I've got some macros set up for constant messages and stuff like that, but I also sometimes use it for if I'm on like a hour video call for work or that, and I kind of, it's like a sitting standing desk and just roll along at 100 watts or so. So yeah, and then you can see ZWIFT's ahead of me, microphone, see the monitors. So yeah, so we'll zoom back. Don't need to see that the whole time. But yeah, so that's kind of the setup. So I mean, the expensive things in this room are the trainers. They're not cheap, right? But I've got, what do I get this for? What's my kilometer rate? Should work it out. I think I'm like maybe about 5 cents a kilometer on the trainer at the moment. The cost. I just got a new PC this year, so I mean, not just for this, but I mean that's a big cost. But you can do ZWIFT on an Apple TV, things like that. But and I have before, but I wanted to do some more stuff, so that's like, I think that worked out to a couple grand all up, all Canadian dollars. So just half it for US. Only joking, just. And then most of the other stuff, the iPad I run Companion on is a pure hand-me-down. It's like an original number 2 iPad mini. So, first ever tablet I've owned, so got my wife one for a new one for her birthday, so I took this one over. And then monitors, a couple of them are, they're older monitors, but like I bought, so that was a cost. And everything else has really been, aside from fans, has been like packed together from my spare parts bin of like random furniture, stuff like that, especially this side desk. So, and the main reason I packed the side desk together was I have, right or wrong, but I like worked out a very specific want for my setup. And so for those who just joined, I'm just kind of going through my setup. But yeah, that side desk is, I wanted like a very specific ability. One is like a Wahoo desk, well, that would have done this part really well. But the part that I wanted was this, where I can basically have this as a working desk. And then I use it as a standing desk sometimes as well. So that was kind of the theme of that. And then you can see here at the mouse and the thing there, gaming keyboard, and the light there. We'll zoom back down. But yeah, so that's kind of set up. Done a lot of iteration on it, but now I'm trying to, after spending a bit too much time over the last couple months just finalizing different things, now like just hour a week work on little projects. Like I have some cabling I'd like to clean up to my left of me, but yeah, as I was saying, this isn't just for, well, the bike part and all that's just for ZWIFT, but I am using this for a little bit of iRacing. My work, how would I describe it? My workspace or computer is behind me. So, sorry, I'd actually got like monitors set up for that, and that's where I'll do like sitting work, desktop work. Yeah, just trying to maximize the space I've got in this room. Oh, so yeah, so that's that. Today's ride is the endurance Cycle Nation endurance ride. So it's 100k. So we'll be through this in about 2 hours 25, I think. So get into the pack. Yeah, I did 15k warm up just because I was waiting for this to start. So it'll be the longest ride for the year. So it'll be good. And then I am based in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. My accent is from Adelaide, Australia, but being in Canada now, this is, well, 16 and a half years. So this is definitely home. Gotta remember to drink water. But yeah, yeah, so it's Friday night here, watching the NHL ice hockey as I ride. Used to have a rule, I think I'm bringing it back this year, which is I can watch as much sports as I like, as long as I'm riding a bike. Aside from a couple events here and there, but so also watch F1. So yeah, so yeah, so my weekend after this is, I don't know, what is my weekend after this? Will be grab some recovery food tonight, get to sleep, and go for a run tomorrow morning, hour and a half or so I think, and then I gotta do a couple, meet with a buddy, talk about a few things, just helping him out, and then I'll try and hop in for a swim to finish off the day at some point. that's exercise wise. Then Sunday I'm pretty busy with doing some stuff with my kids. I have skating lessons, swimming lessons, and then softball practice. So I will fit in a short swim, a nice easy run, and then you might see me on ZWIFT on Sunday night. We'll see how the fatigue is by that point. So this week will be, where are we at? We've done about 8 and a bit hours of training thus far this week, and then after today we'll be at 11, so that's awesome for me for Monday to Friday. So if I can get 8 hours in Monday to Friday, that's perfect. So this is a bonus week. And in terms of like, these rides are, I actually like love group rides on ZWIFT, so not most exciting to maybe watch on a stream, but like, you can ride with the bots, which is okay, but I kind of feel like everyone here is in for the common goal, if that makes sense, right? So, well, hopefully. So that's why you want to, there's no point going off the front or anything like that. Like, everyone's here to do 100k of work. We got 40k to go. So, whereas you ride with the bots, it's great. You can just go ride any time, but people are in, people are out. Whereas this, yeah, got a goal to get to. So 60k in now, feel committed. Get it done. Help the group. So I really like that. I lead those who do ZWIFT, and if you're in the Americas or free on a Friday afternoon in Australia, I lead the cycling tips group ride on Thursday nights, Pacific time, 6:30 p.m. So that's a 50-minute ride. And yep, we got an hour to go. So 2.5 hours to go. That's how I break it down in my head. But yeah, so I lead that ride, so that's good. And then racing wise this year, I'll be doing race a bit of the ZWIFT Racing League. So I'll jump in that on Tuesday with my team, I think. So, and then I'll stream those races. At the moment, I'm very much the sometimes the hammer, sometimes the nail. Just, legs are still coming back, so I am definitely getting nailed on the back of the head when I do those races. So it's a matter of hanging on. But yeah. So I think, I don't know, why is that? So this is what I don't understand, right? When people go on a group ride, and I don't complain in the chat, right? But as somebody who leads the odd group ride, which is like once a week, but it's just like, I doubt anyone, I mean, you never know, maybe, but like 99.9% of all the group leaders, so the yellow beacon you see with the chevron above, like, it's volunteers, right? So, and it's harder to lead a group ride, right? Like, you gotta turn up. B, I mean, you gotta type at an occasion. You gotta pay attention. You gotta really, like, this ride's advertised at a certain speed, so you gotta put together the effort to do that right. And so our ride leader here is like committing, and I think they're most probably, I don't know where they're based. I think that flag was Danish. But like, they're committing 3 hours of they're in Denmark. and I'm not sure where they are, but like they are there. It's like 3 hours of their Saturday they've committed to do. So and all you have to do on a road like this, it's like, it's not a race, so just ride with the group. So, well, I don't know. And sometimes on the shorter rides, I maybe get it more, because if you're doing a short ride on ZWIFT, maybe you don't know the etiquette, maybe you don't know how it works, but a ride like today, it's like, I'm hoping people know how it works. So that's my rant. Sorry. I say the rant smiling because in the end, no point worrying about other people. Try and do the right thing here. We're all through. If anyone knows what that flag is, where are we? Hurts at the moment. The silliest reason, I slammed I was swimming last night and I was focusing on my entry off the wall. I really pushed my right arm, but I pushed off the wall at the right angle and it went straight into the lane rope and actually cut the top of my finger. So as silly injuries go, which will heal in a day, but just hurts when I type. I'm not sure if anyone's got a sillier injury than that this week, but yeah. But yeah, so a bit about me. Vancouver, BC, in a little part of Vancouver called Steveston, which is Steveston facts, which I should know. I don't know, but it's the second biggest operational fishing port in Canada, behind I think most probably Halifax on the east coast. Traditionally a huge salmon fishing area with canneries and everything like that. Canneries are all now gone, but a lot of history there. For those who have ever seen it was the ABC show in the States, Once Upon a Time, that was set in Storybrooke, which is Steveston, BC. So used to have all the filming for that show occurring 200 meters from my house. Yeah, and then this year, race-wise, has been a combination of races that have been deferred or postponed from the last couple of years. So my main race is what is called U520K Canada. It's kind of like a, I don't like term bucket list, but it's kind of a pinnacle goal, for want of a better term. But it's always a little bit of politics and triathlon, but it's an unbranded Ultraman race in Penticton, BC. So day one is 10k swim. They say do things that scare you. That day scares me. So it's 10k swim, so it will be 3 hours in the water, which is a long time. Have to learn how to feed while I'm swimming. And then 140k bike. That's day one. Day two is 270k bike, which that doesn't scare me as such, but that's still a lot of work. And where it is, it can be the winds can not always be in your favor. And then day three is an 84k run up and over, not over a range, but over a big hill from a place called Princeton to Summerlin. So that's that. Last year, and in fact the year before, I was meant to be doing a race called Ironman Canada. So that ultra race, that U520, that actually got delayed from, I was meant to be doing that, I was meant to be doing it in 2020, but then made the decision early before pandemic to move my entry a year. So I was moving my parents to Canada before the pandemic, luckily. And then it got delayed. And then I was meant to be doing Ironman in Penticton as well. That was kind of like haven't done a iron distance race for now, it'll be 9 years. And so I was doing that as the lead up. But now, as things would have it, I'm doing U520. Okay, I'm just gonna step out of the pedal here for 2 seconds in the draft. But yeah, so how would I describe it? So you gotta do, so I do U520K, which is in Penticton as well, or based out of it. And then 4 weeks later I'll have Ironman Canada. So I'm sure I'll learn a lot about how to recover and race 4 weeks later, but I'm not sure if it's a learning I will ever want to put into practice again, but it should be fun. Doing some other fun stuff this year, hopefully. Doing one thing I know, just for me, but I know other people sometimes struggle with, is like after you have a big goal race, well, that you can kind of have a bit of a, mentally it can be tough for me, motivation wise. So I've signed up to do an adventure race that I've done once before with a buddy who's like fit but plays hockey, does the odd run or whatever, but gonna do that has kayaking, orienteering, mountain biking in it, and trail running. So that's kind of like, that'll be my exit season race, and that's at the end of September. And then from there, it'll be kind of like a very chill, easy October, and then we'll reassess. Yeah, that's kind of like what my big races for the year are. Gonna do a half Ironman in there, and then try and support as much local racing as we have on as possible in BC here. So whether that be shorter tries, whether that be running races, things like that. But just make sure to invest, especially these smaller races. They've been a very tough year for people, where they put all this effort, or 2 years, put all this effort into running a race where realistically, like, they're working really hard to just get a wage, but because they love putting stuff on, right? Like, no one's getting rich at the local race level, or it's all volunteers. So I'll try and support that stuff as much as I can. Go from there. Oh, come on, Canucks. Canucks are in overtime here, playing Florida Panthers. Have about 40 more minutes of this ride to go. But yeah, if you got any questions, I might drop them in the chat. I'm trying to schedule my streams on Twitch a bit more, so especially for Tuesday night racing. Thursday night's a group ride, so pretty much you see me typing, accidentally hitting the A button as ride lead, which is never good, because you just stop. but I might try and find some longer races to do as well, as long as it works in with my program. Once I get a bit fitter, you can suffer a bit more. And then I'm trying to, the streams, like, why do I stream? It's like, riding on ZWIFT is so much more entertaining than when I used to ride and stare at a wall or watch a CRT TV back in the day. So I'm now getting older, like 12 years ago when I was doing that. But still though, it's kind of like, it's a bit of a learn something new project outside my normal day-to-day work. If I show a couple people what ZWIFT is by riding, that's good. And also just like, when you say you're doing a 100k ride, especially because I don't get to do many group rides or that, just with time and balancing life, it's like a nice secondary way to say like, alright, I'm committed now, doing 100k. I'm not going to get off the bike and go have a beer or something like that now. As we get in, I'm going to do the whole 100k, and then for people who want to chat on the comments, had a couple people there. It's like great, find out a bit about people. So I had a fellow streamer just finished a TDZ ride from Seattle, and then had another ZWIFTer who dropped in to watch early on from Ontario. So one thing I'm thinking of doing is I got to get a plug-in or something so I can just show each ride where people have commented from. So yeah, so that's kind of like the why for me. I mean, the nature of ZWIFT racing means it's not, or ZWIFT group riding, it's not the most exciting. The racing can be exciting. And then having started doing a little of this before streaming, it's like good to make your home office set up for those of us who work from home on video. You learn some tips and tricks. Oh. Canucks is going to a shootout. Yeah, so that's kind of why. Yeah. And then this year, I mean, not just through the ZWIFT rides, but you'll see down the bottom, gonna try and do some fundraiser things, raise some money for a local charity here. Once I hit that goal, then I'll most likely go to our local food bank. So, but and then the other thing that's cool about, I mean, the thing I like about ZWIFT is like just community, for want of a better term. So it's like a good, all communities have their good parts and bad parts, but like ZWIFT's got a really cool community. Just look at all the flags on the ride here, on this, everyone in their spare rooms, bedrooms, living rooms, garages, wherever it may be, but riding along just with the working together, so that's cool. Yeah, so that's that. So yeah, so today's goal is to do the 100k here. I did a 15k warm-up, so I'm at 87k to go. Sorry, 87k done. Not to go. Rock Besta scores, awesome. Shootout in the hockey. I have the hockey on in my spare screen here. Right up there, you might be able to see them. One thing I'm trying to work on is making sure I drink water as I ride. Yeah. And then yeah, like my weekly stream aim at the moment is Tuesday nights, most Tuesdays, doing some type of race. Normally ZWIFT Racing League in Pacific. And then Mondays often it'll be a workout, or might find a group race to do. Thursdays I lead the cycling tips ride. We'll see. Maybe we'll start targeting this as my Friday ride. So I do like this group, but they also do a Saturday group. Same thing. Yeah. And then gonna target some. Maybe I'll look in the schedule, do some of the longer races that are out there, just for fun. Not sure if there's any, when are we gonna finish this? Half an hour. Of course, when I finish all the races, 70 kilometers. Which, not this week. 1 week, maybe. 1 week. Canucks lost in the shootout. Come on. Now we're off to watch the Australian Open tennis, which, if you ever get the chance to go, is an awesome event. Okay, now I got to decide when I jump. ZWIFT Dynamics here. This started with a big group of 153. I think there's like 30 of us left here. So I'm gonna jump out. Maybe I'll use my little, make sure I'm on the screen, hitting my button. There we are. Featherweight time. Oh. There we are. Getting tired now, that's for sure. We'll get it done. We'll get it done. Yeah, I want to work on a few different things for the stream. Make end painting. Don't really have any, what are they called? Bumpers for shifting views and that. Suppose we can look at a few different angles here. Yeah, we'll look from within the pack for a while. First person view. I know people who race in this. That'd be interesting to see how that. I can see why you may be racing it actually. Where are we? Okay. Alright. Now we have the Ontario media talking about the Canucks. Oh. So yeah, now I got the tennis on, which I grew up watching a lot. Growing up in Australia, school holidays, still be on school holidays at this time of year. Used to be, grew up in Adelaide, used to be very, very hot outside. So I remember watching the tennis a fair bit during the day or at night when you weren't out and about doing something yourself. With 15k warm-ups are at 91. We'll get to the 100 in this ride. Yeah, so saying earlier in the stream, because it's been a long one, been streaming for 2 hours 15 now, saying that like I used to have a rule which is coming back this year. It's like if I want to watch sport, I do it on the bike for the most part. Super Bowl, well, Super Bowl, we'll see. I'll be back in time for Super Bowl from kids activities, but yeah, but aside from any major finals or anything I'm at watching in person, I think the rule is watch as much sport as you want, but you gotta be on the bike. I watch F1, so there we are, that's already 25 2-hour rides baked away. Not sure I'll be able to watch them at real time, but maybe I should start up an F1 ZWIFT group where you ride, watch, F1 watch party. Ride along, game chat, all about F1. F1 watch party. Okay, gotta remember to drink. Oh. All right, 22k to go. Daniel Sedin's number. If anyone else is a streamer who's watching, just hit me up in the chat here and I'll make sure to go follow your account after the ride. And if you want to just say hi, feel free to say hi as well. Ask any questions. Keep me entertained. Talk about the tennis. Flip the hat backwards. Alright. Got an average watts are. We got to start up though. We've got a monitor that can show it in real time, but let's see. 204. So we're on track to 222 at halfway, but this group's dwindled, which is fair enough. Not everyone's here for 100k. No, so next week I wanted to do something epic or fun. So next week I want to do 200k ride. Let's see when we do that. If I start with this ride, let's just ride started half an hour earlier. Let's see. I'd like to see the 200 up top. So better I'll find a ride on Saturday morning that I can start with, get the first hopefully 100k or so on a group in Motopia, and then go find a bot, piece of art, going slightly crazy. Having to concentrate now. Working. Got any ideas for what you want to see on a ZWIFT stream too? Just let me know. Trying to do a few different setups. Got the lock cam here, so we'll zoom in on that. Kind of shows the setup from behind. For whatever reason, I rode in a t-shirt tonight, which I often do, to be honest. So you can see the setup there. This is it's a table on a hinge, so I can actually run it across here if I'm working or leading a group ride, so I can type. Got the side table and everything like that. So that's what this all looks like. I feel like that's something I should have set up as a scene, so I can do one click and then not do something like that. This is going to be really annoying. Alright. But after I redid my whole setup here for this big training year, we also got a cat, so although the door's shut now, but wanted to make sure all the wires were not a death trap for a cat. So, but now I've done all that work, I'm limiting myself to an hour of tinkering with wires and cables a week. Now everything's working, and then might have an hour a week where I can muck around with just maybe a bit more, just with setting up some scenes. Always love how North American presenters misproduce Melbourne. Melbourne. They always go Melbourne, referring to the tennis here. Melbourne. Australians don't pronounce ours properly. Well, we do. It's up to you. We're at the Aussie Open. Aussie Open. Remember, like, when I first moved here, it's like we were saying something about somebody, and we're like, oh yeah, we lived in Melbourne. And they mean, oh, you mean Melbourne? It's like, no, we meant Melbourne. Alright, 18k to go. So yeah, speed's dropped a bit. So we went through the first hour and 42k. So this has been a 40k an hour. But the pack, for whatever reason, split and it's still ahead. It's just making no sense on a group ride, but it is what it is. Wonder how they'll, maybe the new ZWIFT bike will work out when you're not sitting aerodynamically. And you'll slow down and shoot out the back. You won't be able to sit up like that. One question I do have is like with the Neos, like the newer Neos, everything like that. I do wonder if it's like, this seems to like take a couple pedal strokes for the power to register. So I'd be super interested if like the newer trainers, or especially the smart bikes, are just like more responsive. But I know. If I get a new trainer, it'd be a smart bike. Especially as my kids are getting nearly at the point where they could hop on. Size-wise on the bikes. Yeah. We did 15k warm up before this, so I'm going to be at the 100 for the day shortly. It's starting to get a bit warm in the hot spotty, but okay. Oh, yeah. Thanks for watching, coming along. It's good to have people viewing. Got to 0, I might just go, I'm done. I already did 15k warm up, it counts. But no, we'll make it through. Let's see what my training been for the week thus far. This is another thing I like to be able to bring my Strava and share a bit easier. So this week, before this ride, I've done 127k on the bike. But yeah. Oh. Yeah, so we're rolling along. So yeah, so what have we done this week? We've done 127k on the bike, plus yes, we'd have set 100k for the day, so we're at 227. Done 28k running and about 4k swimming. Oh, Nearly didn't pay attention there. I don't want to have to sprint back on. All right, breaking it down now. It's 3 times 5K. Oh, second bottle done. Spin, spin, spin faster. Got the feather for the little oasis area. That's fun. So yeah, so it's been a good training week this week thus far. Monday to Friday. We'll be at 11 hours of work across swim, bike and run. Oh. Legs are definitely getting tired though. Might be time to pop a gel. Get through this. Oh. We do the sprint. Should we do the sprint? Should we do the sprint? I'm gonna do the sprint. We're in the big ring. There it is. Well, that hurt. There we are. That heart rate went up. All right, that woke me up. Oh. Oh, it's a bad idea. Why did I do that to myself? I know. Oh, catch my breath after that silliness. All right, time to lose the heart. It is 21 Celsius, 74 degrees humidity in this room. $9K to go. See how long it will take the heart rate to get back down here. Breathing still up. All right, last bottle of water. Oh. So it'll be like under 230. Let's see what that sprint was. It was 30 seconds, so okay, so we hit 813 watts. Pretty good after 100K. And I didn't stand it, smash it, so I'll take that. All right, up we go. Oh. There's the bump. Left hamstring slightly tight. Need to do some work on that. But 8K to go. Through the tunnel. Oh. Streaming for 2 hours, 37. Riding for most of that. Actually, all of it except like 2 minutes in the pens. Yeah, so what are we at now? We're at 100 and 7.5k for today. So no, maybe we'll roll this to get to 120, like so. That'll be 105 on the clock. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Yeah, so wherever you're watching from, hope you have an awesome day or evening or middle of the night. I'm looking forward to some real food after this and get some sleep. Get back into the group. Get the spin, get the spin. It's a big draft. So today we talked about the draft, lighten up, racing, Zwift setups. Fun day. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it today once we hit the finish. Getting a bit hungry. 6k to go. 10 minutes, maybe 9. So yeah, I wonder by this time Europe's normally woken up. See if anyone else is streaming on the old Zwift machine. Oh, we're nearly there, so we're gonna go. All right, well, now I feel bad finishing this stream because this is the only Zwift stream at the moment. All right, see what we can do here. Hopefully somebody will join. If you're a streamer, start streaming now. Everyone can go there. $110k done for the day at night. Gotta get in front here. Feel like it's ramping up a bit. All my legs are ramping down. Oh, the music stopped. Did the music stop? Sorry about that. There we are. Music's back. accidentally paused the music at some point. Just listening to me talk's like really boring. Okay, to go. So, those joining, oh, I'm tired. Yeah, 15k warm up. In the group here, now doing the Endurance Nation 100k ride. So that's a group ride. I was silly enough to go for, we did a sprint at 90k. Ugh. So, been on the bike here now, pedaling for 2 hours 40. But it's been a good solid ride. Great group. See what our average watts have been. I think it's just, there we are, 203 watts. About 63% of FTP. So it's been a fun ride. Had some good chat earlier. It's been nice to have some people watching, keeping me motivated to get this done. I'm based in Vancouver, Canada, in Steveston. So it is 10:20 at night. So, oh. Oh, I don't know if anyone else is watching the Australian Open, but the English guys getting annoyed at the band playing in the courtyard because they have Australian Open has some great music. All right. One K to go. Is it ramping up? Oh no. Feels like it's ramping up. $900 to go. Wow. Nearly done. All right. Oh, I've got to pedal on. Going to get dropped in the last 200 meters from the beacon. All right. Oh, there we are. That's that done. There we are. 202 watts average. All right. We're going to ride along for a little bit here. Let's pull down maybe to that 5.4k. One more lap after you go. And one more. All right, that was a fun ride. Hard work, but fun ride. So yeah, so today to recap was 15k warm up with the bots, and then did 100k in our little Endurance Nation group ride there, which is the second time I've joined that group, and it was awesome. So we're at 115, so it's been a solid ride. You know, it's just wash out the legs here for a few kilometers and then we'll be done. Wonder what his ZWIFT events are on now. Not that I got the legs to do it. This might be the challenge. Do 100Ks and do an event. I do not have that ability today. I can tell you that right now. So we're going to roll this into, I don't know. Very confused now. Tempest Fugit's 4.2k away. I think we're going to 2 hours 30. And then we're going to call it a day. So, thanks for everyone who's watched along. I would like to say there's somewhere to go here, but it's a quiet night on the old ZWIFT stream. Blackie Explorer is doing Tour de ZWIFT, but looks like he's in half an hour. And I'm not joking, I was going to ride on till I could hand off this stream, but oh no, I'm crashing. 117k. How many hours of riding? Nearly 3. Come on, is there something I can talk myself into? Okay, 8 minutes. 8 more minutes. We're going for a 3-hour stream. Three-hour stream. Pro tip, don't sprint at 105k when that's your longest ride for the year. Tennis is an amazing sport. Just how they whack the ball at each other so hard. Watching the Australian Open in the background here. Oh. Alright, we're gonna go find Lucky as he warms up here. So, let's see where we do this. Oh no. Okay, so we're gonna read Lucky here. Take you over, because I am done. Watch him suffer through to ZWIFT. Handing it across to him from Jet Reset. Okay. Oh, well, that's me done for the YouTubers here. So, me.